guys, it is Mary and today we are going to be talking about Jeezy's response to the allegations that Jeannie has brought against her. I guess she said it was some really outrageous, not outrageous, but there were just some allegations. He basically said, this came from his lawyer, the allegations are not only false, but also deeply disturbing, especially coming from someone I love. This malicious attempt to tarnish my character and disrupt my family is ridiculous. It's disheartening to witness the manipulation and deceit at play, and at this time, my main concern is being an active father to our daughter as I continue to fight for a courts-mandated joint custody. Rest assured, the truth will prevail through the proper legal channels. Now, look, there was some documents that the Ritz-Carlton themselves had filed, so I don't know how false the claims can be. I'm not going to get into all the details because, y'all know how censorship is, but I do think that this whole thing is very sad, especially if, allegedly, he did do what Jeannie is saying. Especially in such a bold forum, like out in these public places and everything and stuff like that.
I think he has a huge problem with anger. And, when you read parts of his book, he went through a lot of stuff growing up. Well, when you listen to some of his interviews, he went through a lot of stuff, a lot of abuse growing up. And
how do you heal from all that?
I don't think he's actively trying to. Because he has a lot of anger. Look at the stuff that he did with his son. Saying that if I could get away with killing you, allegedly, I will kill you.
Who said that?
Well, allegedly, that's what Jeezy said to his son.
In his book?
No, not in his book.
In the interview?
Well, it's in the documents. But allegedly, okay? Because I have not seen it. But this is one of the things that he has had a history of abuse. Of battery, assault against his partners, right? He has had a history of abuse against his son, his older son, okay? And it just seems as though it's worse. I mean, of course, how worse is it when you tell your child that, allegedly, that if you could kill them, you will, if you could get away with it. That's horrible. And it's not normal. It's not a normal thing.
Well, I do
so
remember
that kind of anger, right? Sorry, you were saying.
No, go ahead.
That kind of anger, it has to be curtailed. Or this is someone that can go out and then he has guns, right? And this is what I wonder too. I don't know how the gun laws are. But if you Georgia, have had your little battery and your assault, if you have battery and assault charges, are you supposed to have a gun? Are you allowed? I don't understand. Why do you have gun in Louis Vuitton bags at home and you have two?
I said this on the last video. I'm going to say it again. You have security.
Handle his anger.
If you have security, why the hell do you have guns? That, me personally, if I had security, listen, I'm living by myself, single 25-year-old by myself or whatever, I don't think I would even carry a gun. I might carry a taser or some mace.
I know.
But and I'll have a scary dog. But if I were to carry a gun, then it's just me, myself, and I need it for myself. But if I'm rich, I'm never keeping a gun on me. I have security men to do that for me. So why would I have a gun on my own person?
I probably will have one in my room or somewhere in the house. I believe in having guns.
Even if you're rich and you got all that money?
No, I do. I do believe in having guns. And I believe in, knowing how to fire and knowing how to use
Would you have it even though you had a 1-year-old in the house?
I think
it doesn't matter?
No, I think that you should have it. And I do admire parents who teach their children how to use these weapons.
So you don't mind that he has a gun in the house with a child?
I don't think that the gun should be on the floor. I think the gun should be locked up in safety holders.
I'm sorry, but somebody who has a temper and is not always in his right mind and
have a gun.
Period. Right. Because okay, that's what I was trying to get to.
Allegedly, he has some battery charges against him. People who have battery charges against him should not have guns. I mean, I just don't think they shouldn't be allowed to purchase a gun. I don't know what the laws are in Georgia, and the gun laws are. I don't know. Maybe he wasn't convicted. Anyone who knows about these gun laws in Georgia, let us know. I should ask my girlfriend because she has a few guns, and she lives in Georgia actually. But yeah. Anywho, what was I saying?
We are talking about his claims.
Fred.
We are talking about these claims and what Jeezy came out and said.
Yeah, I mean, do you believe him? I it's hard to believe him because you have the whole Ritz-Carlton stuff there, and it's hard to believe him because he has a history of that.
And then also he has a book where he details his stuff, and he also about how his mother put a gun in his face and told him he was going to go to school.
This is what I'm saying. He hasn't dealt with there's something deep-seated in him. So even when Jeannie Mai starts to, because Jeannie Mai is a strong woman, right? So when she opens her mouth, when she opens her mouth and says, it doesn't matter. I don't care if someone can have a temper until they're blue in the face. That doesn't give you any right to put your hand on somebody.
Oh, I wasn't saying that.
Like he needs to be able to control that stuff. Your wife should be able to open her mouth and talk. She should be able to raise her voice if something upsets her. Right? Without you putting your hand on her and causing some kind of hematoma, under her eye. Like,
yeah.
So, and then driving your car. Like, he got into a car accident. He, driving the golf carts. It's showing me that not only does he not care for the people around him, the people around him care about him, their lives. He also doesn't seem to care about his own life. And so that's very dangerous, right? That's very, very dangerous. Jeezy, you need to go to therapy because there are things in your childhood that you've not dealt with at all. And that's why you're lashing out. And you gotta get that in check because you have all these children. It's not just Monaco, it's all these other kids that you have who are looking at you. You're their father.
Yeah.
So you have to, it's not just you doing it for yourself, it's also doing it for them. So all the stuff that happened to you when you were young, you don't continue to pass it on to the next generation. And there's no break in the chain.
Yeah.
So that has to get done. But I mean, I'm happy that Jeannie Mai, I'm actually happy that he requested a divorce. Because I'm not sure if Jeannie Mai would have so quickly.
Probably
But it's the best thing that could have happened to her and Monaco.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's the sad thing about this whole thing. When they met, regardless, however, they were like, oh, this is the best person for anyone can marry whoever. That's their preference. It's okay. There's no problem with that, right? I don't have any problem with that. But obviously they saw something in each other, right, that they loved.
Yeah.
And in this moment, as you guys are trying to go through your divorce, try to remember, the good times so that you can do right for your child now.
Yeah. Because
it doesn't matter, you guys are adults. You all will try to figure your stuff out. But don't destroy her life.
Right.
So that's all I will say. Try to stay in the light. Try to think about the positive things that were in your relationship. You both having Monaco, that's a blessing. Like Jeannie had said at Jennifer Hudson's show. But Jeezy, you've got to deal with that stuff that's going on because it's killing you.
Yeah.
It is killing you, and you are killing the spirit of your family members. And now look at your relationship is over. And this was a woman who I felt like Jeannie, genuinely loved him.
Yeah, I thought it was Jeannie.
And she was really there trying to be there for him. Always praising him.
Right.
And all of that. And even with that, you see, people like this, they don't love themselves. So they don't know how to process somebody loving them.
Yeah.
you know. So yeah, but I don't know. I don't believe him right now, except he can show something else that the
Like
Ritz-Carlton was lying, or they did not actually see what happened. But you know, they have the documents.
Yeah.
So unfortunate.
Yeah, y'all. But we will see you guys on the next video.
And please give us a thumbs up. Love you lots.
Bye.